Welcome, dear viewers, to CouchWarrior TV on YouTube. I am the CouchWarrior, and you are watching a CouchWarrior TV channel update. So I've been getting messages from a few of you saying that you were looking forward to the next episode, and because I take what I do very seriously and I try to make everything I do of the highest quality I can given the resources I have, and because I really love my viewers, I'm doing a channel update to kind of let you know what's going on. I haven't posted in a while, except for my last channel update. But I wanted you to understand that there have been some technical issues, but they're all good technical issues, if that makes sense. Actually, if you take a look at the footage that you're looking at right now, this is some sample footage that I created on the PC. I am officially making the transition to PC. There have been many of you who have commented that I needed to do this so that I would have access to all the cool mods and stuff like that. So as you can see here, I've actually got a couple mods in play right now. This particular character is wearing custom gear. If you noticed a little bit earlier there, I'm also using Sky UI here. But the intent of this test footage, at this point, I'm just trying to figure out what the right quality settings are for doing this recording. I'm using some software called Bandio, which I'm just getting used to here, and I'm trying to kind of determine what the settings should be of quality to frames per second. So trying to come up with that right balance. There's a formula in everything I do, so it's the only way that I can keep my videos sort of, you know, of consistently high quality, I guess, is to come up with a formula and just follow it to the letter every single time I do it, for consistency's sake, if nothing else. So in this test footage I'm showing you here, this is actually a character that I imported from Xbox into my PC game and then added mods after the fact and outfitted him. This particular character is a high elf archer assassin. I believe level 52, if I'm not mistaken. But I just wanted to give you an update on what's going on. So there have been a number of crazy things. First of all, I had to worry about, you know, will this actually run on the hardware that I'm using? And the hardware that I'm using is actually a MacBook Pro. I'm running a MacBook Pro with 16 gigs of memory and an NVIDIA GT card. I believe it's a 650. It's a MacBook, obviously, so it's a 650M with a gig of video memory, graphics card memory. And the processor, I believe, is 3.7 gigahertz. And then I'm also running a solid-state drive. And then I'm running this currently using Boot Camp. I'm running Windows 7 on Boot Camp. And I was concerned about whether or not this would work well. I really need to run Windows on this machine to maintain some consistency in the way that I do my video production. I have some tools that I prefer to use, and I prefer to use them in Windows if I can. So I'm running Skyrim in Boot Camp, and actually it runs like a champ in Boot Camp. My only concern is what happens when I'm actually recording. And I've set up Bandio to sort of monitor my frames per second for me, and if I can stay somewhere around a minimum of 20 frames per second, I'm doing pretty good. Standard, you know, 30 and up if I can. But I'm interested in getting your input on this video. I'm primarily looking for your impressions of quality here. And what I'm finding is really interesting is that, you know, just in addition to, you know, all the typical stuff like, you know, what mods am I running, and, you know, how is my OS set up and all that kind of stuff, even the simplest things on PC, like your selection of mouse and mouse pad can make all the difference in the world. I actually have a number of different gaming mouse pads, and I've tried them all to see which is the best. And what I'm finding is there are situations where if your mouse pad is too textured, that it actually vibrates the mouse, and you can pick up on that in the game. So what I've actually done is I've gone to a Razer Exact Mat, which is actually a sheet of aluminum, and I'm running a sheet of aluminum with a Razer mouse that is somewhere around 3400 DPI. So I've taken a lot of the jitter out of it that I was getting in a previous recording that I did. So anyway, my weekend has really been consumed with playtesting, trying to figure out, you know, how my production process was going to change, and then also just learning about these mods. Here you can see a view, just there was a view of Sky UI, and what I've discovered, of course, for those of you who do run on the PC, is that in order for me to use Sky UI, I need SKSE script package installed. So there was a learning curve for me here. I spent the weekend basically trying to figure out how all this stuff works, how Steam works. I haven't used Steam since I played Half-Life 2, which was ages ago. So anyway, it's been interesting. It's been a lot of fun. And even though I've had some technical challenges and there's been some learning involved, trying to figure out how all this mod stuff works, it's been super gratifying. For those of you who have watched any of my videos, especially the Dark Messenger videos, where I spend a significant amount of time bitching about the lack of options for light armored characters, getting on the PC and having access to mods has been just amazing. Absolutely amazing. This character, for example, is a fairly high-level assassin character that I haven't played in ages, but after porting this character over from Xbox and actually putting him in custom gear, I was just, I couldn't wait to play him. And I spent a lot of time playing this character to try to get, used to the controls and all that stuff. So, and that's another interesting point to touch on. One of the things that is a significant roadblock for me is making sure that I'm actually good with the controls, because honestly, I mean, I haven't done any serious PC gaming since Counter-Strike. So back in those days, I had an entire, custom gaming rig set up. I had a big fancy, powder-coated machine, all custom built. I built it all myself. And now I've been out of it so long, I've been on the console so long that the mouse actually felt clumsy to me, and I had to spend a good portion of the weekend seeing if I could kind of shake off the dust a little bit. But anyway, my objective here really is to make the best quality videos I can, and what that really means is it means hardware, it means the right sort of setup of or combination of mods. It means, do I play the game well? And to be honest with you, I don't at this point. The footage you're watching right now was just recorded tonight, and this is after I've had, a couple of days to really immerse myself in it and try to get it back. What I've done is I started out trying very hard to use the out-of-the-box key setups, the keyboard configuration out of the box, just assuming it would be easier for me in the long term. I had a very specific and unique keyboard setup when I was playing Unreal Tournament and stuff like that, and I struggled with it for a day or so, and then I just reverted back to my old key setup, and it's made all the difference in the world. So I'm getting better. But what we may see is that when I resume recording episodes for Aranis Arcana, I may dial back the difficulty for a couple episodes until I get back into the swing. So I'll let you know when things change, though. If nothing else, I'm communicative, right? So now, here it is, Monday night. I've spent about 3 days working on this, trying to learn all these things, trying to figure it all out, and I feel like I'm finally close. The last hurdle I had to overcome was to sift through a rat's nest of saved games on my Xbox to try to find the right saved game to continue Fleet's story, and I had a little bit of a scare on that front as well. After having gone through everything on my Xbox, I was absolutely convinced that I had lost my saved game. I went back through it tonight after taking a day to cool off and saved every single game I could find with Fleet's name on it. You have to understand, I've been playing this game on Xbox since the day that it came out, and a good portion of that time I spent saving games, not fully understanding that each time I saved, I was saving a new game. So if you can imagine, I had 1,067 saved games on my Xbox, and I had to sift through them to try to figure out which ones were the Fleet saved games. Since then, I've learned a little bit more, gotten smarter about it, but that certainly didn't help me in my transition. I eventually did, however, find the right saved game after much searching, and so I think I am finally equipped to resume our story. What I am looking for now, dear viewers, is advice. A lot of you have said that one of the must-do mods for me is going to be, what is it called? Frostfall. So I've got, right now I'm running Frostfall. I'm running some graphics enhancements for foliage and water. I am also obviously running some custom gear mods here. And there are a couple of mods that are very specific to the Dark Brotherhood that I am play testing right now to see if they might be a good fit for Fleet's story. But I am looking for feedback from you guys. I'm also looking for feedback on the specific issue of how some of these mods might influence performance of my system. So if I can get a higher FPS by turning off particular mods or avoiding particular mods, things like that, I would be interested in hearing what you have to say about that, because I'm interested in making sure that this is the highest quality Let's Play that I can possibly make. And if I'm getting lots of jitters and stuff like that, or if I'm having to re-record things, that's just going to make it unbearable for you and for me as well. So any advice you can give me, any feedback you have, I would really appreciate it. You can let me know. Sorry, I got sort of engrossed in this character. It's been ages since I played him, and when I stopped playing this character, I was actually really bored with him. But this was before a lot of the DLCs came out, and now that I've actually ported this character into PC and run some mods, I can't get enough of them. So this particular character, I got a couple of different things going on. I'm using a mod called Bandoliers. Gives me extra storage capacity, weight capacity. I've paired that up with a mod called Black Mage Armor. And then also a mod that basically takes arrow quivers and puts them on your belt at your waist, lower back, rather than over the shoulder.
We'll strike out on our own.
I had forgotten how much I love this play style. But we're in for some of this with Fleet as well. Savagery. Well, dear viewers, it's been a fun 3 days. I'm getting to the bottom of my to-do list, and I look forward to making more videos for you. I thank you so much for your patience, and I thank you very, very much for your viewership. It's been a long weekend, but it's been a lot of fun. So I think you can expect to see new videos from me start to come out this week. They may be at a trickle to start with because I want to make sure I'm doing them right. But you will see videos nonetheless. Please give me your feedback. The footage that will actually be making the transition to PC will not be for several episodes yet, so there's plenty of time yet to give me your feedback on stuff. So let me know what you like. Let me know what you think I should be doing in terms of, you know, keeping the quality up. And I look forward to seeing you in Chapter 3.